What's up? I'm Tanner. I'm going to be doing a knife review today. Lighting's horrible. This is on my laptop, so it is what it is. And today, the knife we're going to be reviewing is benchmade Griptillian. And not just any benchmade Griptillian, it is the CPM 20CV version. It's the one that's got the blue liners and the barrel spacers there. It's not that crappy FRN stuff. So, I want to start off, talk about the materials that Benchmade has come out with to do this. They've invented this brand new stuff called G10. Just kidding. But they put G10 handles on it. It's got a little texturing here, which is okay. You can kind of see the texturing there, just like that. And then they smooth it out at the very top, so it almost gives a wood grain. It looks kind of like it's got a wood grain in it. It looks really nice. They got a little back jimping here like they have on the standard Griptillian. These blue barrel spacers really set it off, and they have blue liners there to go with the gray G10 to set it off. Then your axis lock and everything. I went for the sheep's foot. It's because it's what I enjoy. My father actually got this knife for me for my birthday. Super spoiled. Anyway, he was in the cahoots with the knife dealer, and he's all like, "Hey, what knife has my son been looking at?" And then Jim goes, "Boom, this one." Oh, dude, so my dad bought it all up, whatever. Anyway, so CPM 20CV, as you can see right there, and then it's got the whole "What's up?" And then it's made by Mel Pardue is the design. They also do the Doug Ritter grip, which is cool. And Benchmade's actually coming out with the Freak coming out, and it's kind of like almost looks Griptillian-ish to me. It looks like a Doug Ritter grip with like inlays, but it is what it is. And anyway, long story short, here's the thing about this knife. This knife, if you've ever handled the Griptillian, you know how grippy it is, how like it won't ever slip out of your hand because those FRN scales just dig into your hands. That's not the same with this. This thing should not be named the Griptillian because it is not grippy. It is just, on a scale of 1 to 10 for grippiness, I would give it a 7 out of 10. And that's terrible. When my hands are dry, like working in the day, after I take my gloves off, my hands are always dry because the gloves suck the oils out of my hand. This thing will just slide right out. It's insane. The G10 does not give traction. It's not checkered like ZT, Spyderco, Cold Steel. They all checker, and it's comfortable and it's grippy. But let's move on past the handle. The ergos are great. It feels great, but it's just kind of if you're like inside and your hands are like kind of moist all the time, you use lotion like a pansy, is what it is, then it's great for you. I love this knife still. I'm not knocking it. It's just not as grippy as it shouldn't be named the Griptillian if it's not as grippy as the original. The other thing is, let's talk about the steel. This steel is, I looked it up, and there were some people on the forum saying that it is comparable to M390 steel, hardness and things like that. But dude, this steel is easy to sharpen. I didn't have any trouble with it. The blade shape's great. The sheep's foot blade shape. That tip it's like a needle point. Almost, I would kind of prefer it if they do like the Rift and Contigo, where they do or the 940, where they take it and do a little reverse thing there. But they didn't. But the sheep's foot is it's beautiful. I love the hole to open it with. I actually use the axis more than anything. I'm still breaking this in, so that's why it's not super smooth. But if you guys have any questions about the use of these knives or anything, just I could help you out or anything, or just answer any questions. The hollow ground, it's got a hollow ground blade on it, and it's super, it's really good for slicing things. I use a lot of food prep. I'm 360 pounds. I'm really fat, so it is what it is. Yeah, don't judge. But the long story short is I use it for a lot of food prep during the day. Like I'll be out and gotta cut up meat for my salad. I'm fat, but I eat salad. And I'll just like slide my knife through it real quick, and it'll be super fast. This thing is like, does whatever you throw at it, and it's so much more like, I will say, in comparison to an original Griptillian, the durability factor is there. This thing's not going to break on you. It's not going to snap. It feels super, super durable, which is awesome. It's, I would say, in comparison to my ZT-0350, I would trust this more in my hand. But the thing is, here, in thickness wise, I think it's almost like half a millimeter or 2 millimeters thicker than my ZT-0350 on the spine. So I know a hollow grind is kind of it's a little more petite, but the 0350 also has a hollow grind. So don't, just because it says zero tolerance, don't make that association with it being the world's strongest, toughest knives. I think that's cold steel. But anyway, that's kind of what ZT puts out. They're like, oh, dude, we could destroy any knife. I would put this against your 0350. I have one. I love it. It's a great knife. And just the ease of opening and the axis lock. I think it was Blade HQ came out with something, and they did where they put it in the little vise, and they used a winch to see how much, and like they did Spyderco's bolt lock. I don't think they did axis lock, but a bolt lock is kind of the same thing, pretty much. It's just not a bolt, it's a little bar that slips in. Anyway, and the bolt lock was amazing. In the lock back, they used an Endura 4, and it was like, it kept snapping. And they're like, oh, the lock back is so strong, but you kept snapping the Endura 4, FRN handles. Come on, quit being stupid. Sorry, I love Blade HQ. Love you guys. Anyway, but I'm just saying that this thing is so durable. It's just really nice. If you like see-through construction, it's easier to clean. You got some air duster, you could just spray it out if you're not one of those guys who like to take apart and clean your knives, especially with the axis mechanism. They're hard. If you pop that little axis or the Omega spring out, dude, it's going to suck. Try and get it back in if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not familiar with it. Lube up your blades. But just a tip between you guys and me, guys, when you first get your knives, don't lube it right off the bat. Cycle it through 100 times, 140 times, and then shoot some lube in there, because what you're doing is you're going to be wearing the washers in a little bit. Or if you just want to go ahead and take it apart right there, just shine up the washers and stuff, and it should be broken, brand new. But do your thing, and for overall, like an overall rating on this guy, because it's expensive, it's an expensive knife. You can find it for $175 on Amazon, on Blade HQ, all kinds of places. Maybe $178. I didn't do my research. I don't really care, because I have one. But for you guys, but my dealer is a piece of crap. Yeah, he is a piece of crap because my father is not knife savvy like I am, and dealer charged him $225, and that's ridiculous. Will I ever? I just go to him to fiddle around with the knives and play with the knives and see if I like it before I buy it. So check your local listings for pricings and things like this. GovX is an extremely good website. I have a brother-in-law who served, and he's shown me on GovX like the prices of these knives. Dude, if you've served or you're in law enforcement, there's all kinds of people. If you work for the government, I think if you're even like a lifeguard, you can get GovX stuff. There's like all kinds of credentials that you have to have. Almost anybody except for me. If you're a teacher, you could get GovX. It's crazy. So get on govx.com and check out the pricings. If you know a soldier, give them your money and say, hey, man, will you buy this for me? They'll be like, sure, It's just what everyone else does. It's pretty cool. So look that up. Check your pricings. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. So super nice. It does come standard with a deep carry pocket clip, which is cool for some people. Some people, it's hard to get out of their pockets because they're fat and they have tight jeans. I wear skinny jeans all the time, and it's not because I buy skinny jeans. It's just because they're small. I'm just kidding. Anyway, whatever. So I really hope you guys kind of enjoyed my popcorn review. Really stupid, but it is what it is. If you want to see more videos, hit me up. Let me know, because it's kind of what I enjoy doing. And so yeah. Benchmade Griptillian G-10. CBM 20 CV steel. It's cool. You guys enjoy. Made this for you and for myself, because I like to watch myself talk. I love to listen to my voice because I'm one of those narcissistic weirdo people.